Once upon a time, there was a guru and his disciples living in an ashram. Every day, the disciples would go to the village outside the ashram to beg for alms. One of the disciples of that ashram used to go to the village for alms, and on his way, there was a river. One day, he saw a young man hiding behind a tree. He approached the young man and asked what he was hiding and looking at behind the tree. The young man replied, "Can't you see what I am seeing?" The disciple then looked towards the river and saw some women fetching water. He said to the young man, "Oh, there are women fetching water there. What's so special about hiding and watching?" The young man looked at the disciple and said, "You fool, don't you see how these women are drawing water from the river? Look at their delicate bodies, how their slender waists and hair sway on their waists, as if beauty is scattered everywhere." The disciple then looked towards the river again and kept on observing. Until then, he had not noticed anything, and he was completely fearless. He had no fear of anything. But now, he started hiding and watching the women, and when he was hiding and watching those young women, he suddenly trembled inside and said to himself, "What am I doing? It is not right. I should leave from here." And then he quickly left from there and reached the ashram. After reaching the ashram, he surrounded himself in his duties. However, what he had seen just now kept coming back before his eyes. That scene was constantly recurring in his mind. His mind was restless, and he couldn't focus on anything. He couldn't sleep properly, nor could he eat properly. His mind was restless. His mind was constantly tempted to see those women's beauty. Even when his guru gave him something, his mind remained lost in other thoughts. The guru had noticed his disciple's behavior. One day, the guru called the disciple to him and said that from now, he would also go begging for alms with him. The disciple, refusing the guru, said, "No, Guru, why are you bothering? I can beg for alms alone." The guru said to the disciple, "All right, you go begging for alms alone." The disciple immediately set out to beg for alms. After he left, the guru also left the ashram and started following the disciple to see where he went and whom he met. After some time, the guru noticed that his disciple was hiding behind a tree with a young man, peering out like a criminal, observing something. The guru approached to see what his disciple was watching, hiding behind the tree like a criminal. To his surprise, the disciple was watching women fetching water from the river. Startled by his guru's voice, the disciple trembled, sweating profusely, as if caught red-handed stealing. He couldn't utter a word, only broken phrases escaping his mouth. The guru observed the disciple and remarked, "You were fearless, yet now you tremble in fear. What do you see?" The disciple, panicking, confessed that he was led astray by the young man but promised not to repeat it. The guru advised him to be mindful of his company as their thoughts influenced them. The disciple returned to the ashram, focusing on his duties. However, over time, he began to anger, becoming restless and neglecting his meals. One night, the guru confronted him about breaking his promises repeatedly. Overwhelmed, the disciple fell at his guru's feet, confessing his struggle to control his thoughts. The guru said to the disciple, "Come with me." They went to the garden of the ashram, and the guru pointed out a drain through which water was flowing into the garden. He asked the disciple, "Can you stop this flow?" The disciple confidently replied, "Yes, Guruji, I can stop it." He then tried putting soil into the drain, but the water didn't stop. The guru questioned him, "You said you could stop it, but the water is still flowing. Can we not stop something if we want to?" The disciple tried again, this time placing a stone in the drain. Initially, the water stopped, but soon it found its way around the stone. The Guru explained, your efforts are like this. You try repeatedly, but they are futile, and they will always be. No matter how many stones or soil you put, water will find its way. Understanding this, the disciple asked if there was a way to get rid of negative thoughts that kept coming to his mind. The Guru took him to a river where the water was flowing in the garden. He said, this water is coming from this river. If we block it here, it won't reach the garden. The disciple asked, can we stop the water? To which the Guru replied, yes, it's possible. The disciple then blocked the water, thinking it wouldn't reach the garden. Then the Guru said, if the water doesn't go to the garden, where will the plants get water from? Some plants need water daily, and if they don't get it, they will lose strength. We have to provide them water. Hearing this, the disciple went back and cleared the path for the water from the river. Then the Guru asked, what will happen if we divert all the water from this river to the garden? The disciple replied, Guruji, all the plants there will be flooded and destroyed, nothing will survive. The Guru smiled and said, understand this, we shouldn't stop anything, we just need to maintain balance. Both too little and too much, water can harm plants. Our life runs on balance. The Guru then asked the disciple, if I tell you not to think about mangoes, what will be the first thing that comes to your mind? The disciple replied, Guruji, the first thing that will come to my mind is a mango. The Guru said that when we forcefully try to suppress negative thoughts, they enter us even stronger. They rise within us, so we should never try to suppress them. Then, explaining to the disciple, the Guru said that our negative thoughts also come due to associating with bad company. Many times, these thoughts don't arise within us, but they enter us because of being around immoral people. The disciple agreed, saying, Guru, you are right. I had deviated from my path. That night, he slept peacefully, and the next morning, he performed his duties wholeheartedly. Then, in the morning, he went to beg for alms, taking the same path. The young man who had been hiding behind the tree, watching those women, was called by the disciple. The disciple said, how long will you keep hiding behind this tree? Choose someone you like and tell her. If she also likes you, get married, but before that, become something, establish your identity. Don't waste your time like this. After that, the young man started meeting that disciple regularly. He gave up going to the river and began struggling to make something of himself in life.